everyone, Rurikhan here with TGN and Wildcards.tv, bringing you another League of Legends video. This episode is part of a show, so make sure to subscribe to the show. Links are all in the description box below. And also, please make sure to visit Wildcards.tv for some more content from Rurikhan, Hengist, and Sidestrafe. As usual, Khan's Rift number 4 is going to be featuring Rurikhan playing another champion. This time around, we're going to be giving you guys some Ezreal, so make sure to stay tuned for the show. And as usual, please press that like button, because the more you guys press the like button, the more videos you're going to get about League of Legends from me. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for pressing the like button, so please stay tuned and enjoy the show. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and today we have another exciting matchup for you, and we are going to be rocking a Talon, Malphite, Karthus, Nocturne, and Ezreal match against Kassadin, Caitlyn, Tryndamere, Annie, and Shen. The first team has a jungle Nocturne, and the second team has no jungler, and our very own Rurikhan is sporting Ezreal. And why would he possibly be sporting Ezreal? Well, it's most likely due to the fact that Hengist keeps on saying how useless Ezreal is. Now, in this particular game, we're going to be building a hybrid Ezreal, because that's kind of one of my favorite ways to play him, but it's not necessarily the most effective way of playing him, nor am I claiming it to be so. Anyhow, let's get right in the match in here. So Rurikhan going to be going down for the assist in there, assisting our very own Nocturne with his blue pull, leashing that blue. The rest of the team really just positioning themselves. Karthus coming in here for the pull as well, helping out our very own jungle Nocturne, making sure that he has everything he needs. We have our Malphite here on bottom, and Talon still has not connected. Quite unfortunate. Blue is pulled. Nocturne starts his jungling cycle. Our Karthus is going to be facing off against a Caitlyn, and our Malphite is going to be dual laning against an Annie and a Shen. Where he is, Rurikhan is going to be solo topping with Ezreal against a Kassadin. Okay, so let's start this matchup, shall we? What summoner spells do we have here? Our Talon has Flash Ignite. Our Malphite has Flash Ignite. I wonder, are they in a cahoots of some sort? Karthus is also running Flash Ignite. Our Nocturne is running Flash and Smite, obviously, for obvious reasons. Whoa, Kassadin getting a shot off there, and Tryndamere popping up for the very first time. Rurikhan landing a skill shot in that Kassadin, but not a whole lot happening on top lane at this point. Our Talon has reconnected finally. Karthus popping a couple of pot shots at Caitlyn. Caitlyn a couple of pot shots at Karthus. Not a whole lot happening. Rurikhan getting pushed up against that top tower really, really hard. That is extremely unfortunate. Where are those last hits, Rurikhan? Whoa, 3? Yeah, Rurikhan needs to practice them last hits. What do we have in bottom here? We have Shen and Annie completely pushing that Malphite against the ropes. And our very own Nocturne jungling around like a boss, now going into the enemy jungle. Ooh, Rurikhan taking some damage from that Kassadin. Kassadin popping his amazing harasses that silence his opponents, completely disabling them if they are at all dependent on their spells, which happens to be the case of Ezreal. In the meantime, looks like there is a gank coming up here on Karthus. Karthus does escape, barely, but not a whole lot happening apart from that. Rurikhan getting silenced one more time. Not really that exciting now, is it? Let's push this baby forward a little bit. See if there's any engagements in here. Ooh, extreme engagement there on Kassadin, and finishing off with a teleport. What is up? Arcane shift there on top of Kassadin's face, basically landing a couple of skill shots right in before the kill and finishing it off with that arcane shift. Very, very nice. Scoring the first blood for his team. How is that for useless Hengist? I am sorry. I am so sorry. In the meantime, looks like Nocturne is going to be taking out the middle lane to make sure that Karthus does not get his tower damaged at all. And Rurikhan taking pot shots at the top tower already at 4 minutes in at level 5. What do we got on bot? Talon hanging that tower, basically humping it like there's no tomorrow, while Malphite is tanking up ahead. It looks like Talon seemed to be AFK for a little while there. Once again, our Malphite is taking quite a beating, and Talon doing absolutely nothing to help. That is ridiculous. Meantime, Rurikhan is pushed back from the top tower by Kassadin and Tryndamere. What could possibly happen here? Rurikhan going to recall out, bail out. Not really, because he sees that the lane is beginning to push. So he's going to make sure to land some more harass and make sure that they do not get to push that lane, because that would be ridiculously unfortunate. Meantime, looks like Karthus is taking a couple of pot shots from their very own Miss Caitlyn there. Our Talon still humping that tower, which I find completely ridiculous. What have you been doing this whole game, Talon? In the meantime, Rurikhan here getting pushed back by Kassadin, but landing the skill shot straight to the face. How does that feel, Kassadin? Ooh, trying to land another skill shot, but that one has a little less range. That Essence Flux doesn't really quite pack as much of a punch as that Mystic shot. In the meantime, Rurikhan still only running Doran's Blade, and looks like, whoa, Nocturne's got his Madred's Razor's very nice. So the jungler is definitely moving up in life. Everyone else still has their very basic items. Let's have a look at farm. Ezreal's farm still pretty terrible. Unfortunately, farming with Ezreal is not that easy. In the meantime, Kassadin moving in for the kill, but getting exhausted and pushed back while getting shot to hell with skill shots, but he does make the getaway. And it does seem that this Kassadin is running heal, so extra points for that Kassadin, you bastard. Meantime, we see our very own Nocturne setting up for a gank here in the mid lane. Karthus hanging back at the tower, making sure that Caitlyn overextends as much as she possibly can. Rurikhan still fighting off the Kassadin, but it looks like Nocturne kind of gave up on that gank because the mid lane keeps on pushing and Caitlyn is not moving out. So he might as well move on to his jungle, and there he goes, back into the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, we got fun and games. In the meantime, Rurikhan still farming away, level 7, only one Doran's Blade. What else have we got in here? Bottom, Talon making his first harass, and gets completely trumped by Shen and Annie. Malphite moving in to protect his comrade, but his comrade is already at the tower once again. Does that not seem extremely common? But he does score a kill on that Shen. Very, very nice. In the meantime, Annie moving in for the kill. He does go for the slow movement thing. She does stun Malphite, but she does die anyways. Very, very nice. Malphite scoring a double kill there. In the meantime, in mid lane, nothing really happening. That is very interesting, that is. And it seems that someone is signaling. Oh yes, that would be Karthus signaling for his ult, asking for some more damage on that Kassadin. However, I was expecting a gank, not really a Karthus. Oh well, let's keep on rolling, shall we? In the meantime, Caitlyn completely pushed up against the tower. Nocturne doing the enemy jungle like a boss. And Rurikhan pushing that Kassadin back. Karthus just farming away. Talon now getting some farm going. Hey, nice to meet you there, Talon. How have you been doing this whole game apart from running away? In the meantime, Rurikhan is moving in for the kill, but he is not quite ready. I did ask for an ult there from Karthus. I think he would have killed him, but Karthus taking no chances. And Tryndamere coming in, trying to harass Rurikhan in his lane, which is very unfortunate. Karthus still dominating mid lane. Not a whole lot happening right now. However, let's push this forward, shall we? Like most of the action happening down here with Talon and Malphite, but not a whole lot happening. Once again, Caitlyn still in mid lane. Everyone's still pretty much doing their thing. Nocturne still jungling. Every day he's jungling. Meantime, Rurikhan. Whoa. Massive gank here. Tryndamere coming after Nocturne. Getting set on flames by Karthus, and Caitlyn also in that bush. Very dangerous situation there. Karthus pops his ult. Tryndamere runs away, but he dies from the ult nonetheless. In the meantime, Nocturne going up against that Caitlyn, but Kassadin comes from behind, taking out that Nocturne. Extremely unfortunate. Karthus still died in that engagement as well, so that was actually a 2-for-1 and completely not worth it, but oh well. In the meantime, Rurikhan waiting in the bush like a rapist, because I do believe that he is scared that his opponent will pop his face out, because he did just see Kassadin at mid and he was scared of a little gank there. And giving him quite the harass with the skill shots. And it looks like Kassadin is taking the bait, coming behind him. Oh my god, landing a whole bunch of more skill shots. Kassadin running away. Is he going to risk it? Here comes a true shot barrage, and boom! Shot off screen. I am sorry, good sir. I am so very sorry. Get shot off screen. Meantime, Caitlyn is pushing down mid lane because Karthus did die. Nothing a whole lot interesting happening. We do have a Talon and Malphite not really engaging, not really doing all that much, just hanging out and doing their little farm. Karthus also farming now for a while, and Rurikhan taking it to the top tower like a boss, shooting that Q against minions to increase his attack speed and making as much damage as possible to that tower before anyone shows up. Still shooting minions with Q, making sure that he does as much damage as possible to the tower, but he does run out of minions, which is quite unfortunate. In the meantime, Karthus hanging out mid lane, not a whole lot happening, and Malphite hiding in the bush like a rapist, waiting for any of them to take one false step so that he can fall down on top of them with righteous fury. In the meantime, Tryndamere making his appearance in the top lane, and Rurikhan getting a sound spike accident, but they are not engaging at all, which is a good thing because Rurikhan keeps on taking pot shots, still rocking only his Doran's blade. Meantime, let's have a look at everyone's items, shall we? Talon is rocking some Mercury threads and an Avarice blade. Looks like he's getting some troubles farming because he does need that gold. In the meantime, Malphite is rocking his Chain Vest right down there. How's it hanging, Malphite? Chain Vest and Null Magic Mantle. Karthus got his Doran's and Sorcerer's Shoes. Nocturne is getting his boots and Medror's razors. Oh my god, Kassadin going in for the kill, but Rurikhan does exhaust him, pushes him back, and Kassadin runs away and heals. Karthus still just farming his own thing. Let's see the enemy team, shall we? Kassadin is rocking Amplifying Tome, Sapphire Crystal, and Null Magic Mantle. Caitlyn still only rocking her boots. Tryndamere going full out attack speed with Zerker's Greaves and Dagger. Annie going full out AP, obviously, with her Doran's Ring and Blasting Wand. And Shen going all out tanking, and with wards, of course. Oh, and Talon does get a shot off Caitlyn. I even missed it. Good job, Talon. Very good job indeed, assisting our Karthus there in the middle. Very good job. And I'm sorry, but I am not allowed to go back to show you that image because League of Legends Replay still does not allow you to go backwards. Hey, Riot Games, isn't it about time that you've made us a very, very nice replay program? Because we could definitely use it. Us, the ones doing the commentary, you know, we would really appreciate it. Meantime, Rurikhan just defending top tower. We do have Shen and Annie pushing a little bit here. Malphite continuing to basically stop their attacks and farming his lane. In the meantime, Nocturne setting up a gank, but it seems to be warded because as soon as he landed in there, that Annie ran away like there was no tomorrow. Look at that Annie hugging that tower. She's like, not really that interested. In the meantime, still pushing on top lane. All the farm going on in mid lane as well, and not a whole lot happening. Ooh, looks like there's going to be a little engagement there. Shen moving into a more aggressive position. He's going into the bush. Talon is there. What's going to happen? Talon does slow Shen down, but it's running away. And Tryndamere coming downstairs for a gank. Shen pops up, taunts everyone, and he pops Tivers. What is going to happen down here, ladies and gentlemen? Ultimate by Malphite, making sure that everyone is stunned. Will he save his teammate? It looks like yes. No. Looks like basically Malphite got a shot on Shen, Tryndamere got a shot on Talon, and Annie got a shot on Malphite. That is quite important. In the meantime, Caitlyn does come to the top lane, but she came a little bit too late because the tower was already down, ulting on Caitlyn's face. Kassadin going into the mid lane, basically trying to get back some of his farm, I would assume, because there's no way that Kassadin can hope to withstand the onslaught of a level 9 Karthus. Ooh, shooting that Karthus down, and Rurikhan still pushing that Caitlyn back, trying to reach the other tower, landing into the skill shot while evading Caitlyn's skill shot. Very, very nice. In the meantime, we have Karthus pushing down the mid tower, pushing it hard, very hard, on top of Kassadin's face. And Kassadin's like, oh, there's not a whole lot I can do about this, and Karthus still popping his skills on Kassadin's face. And we do see that Caitlyn is defending that top tower, and it's not going to be going down anytime soon. In the meantime, Karthus getting his farm on, and Shen now in mid lane, and it looks like we did lose the bottom tower. I did not even notice it. Oh, damn. That is quite unfortunate. Must be the result of that ridiculous aftermath where Tryndamere was left alive, beating down that turret like there was no tomorrow. Rurikhan moving back upstairs, making sure that he gets to defend his tower, and Caitlyn seems to be going down mid for a gank. Is she going to gank, though? Is she going to gank, or did she just go B? You'll never know. In the meantime, Annie does seem to be going quite aggressive on both Talon and Malphite, dropping down Tivers on their faces and setting them ablaze while stunning them. And Shen is going up laying down a ward, which was quite interesting because it was right next to our own. In the meantime, Karthus is getting chased, but here comes Nocturne out of nowhere, ulting all over Caitlyn's face. Karthus trying to get away from that Kassadin, and an ult from Ezreal coming from top. Not really working out though. Karthus still seems to be getting away from Kassadin. Kassadin is going to ghost, but Karthus does eat Caitlyn's ult. Nocturne gets away. In the meantime, we now have Kassadin, Tryndamere, and Kate down mid lane, who seem to be very eager for pushing down that mid lane tower. Nocturne going to be porting back to base. And in the meantime, another engagement here at bot, where we have Malphite beating the crap out of Shen. Getting ignited, Talon popping into the fight, kicking Shen's ass, taking names, now attacking Annie. I really don't understand why they were focusing Shen that much. Malphite popping back in for his ult. Ult not really happening, but Shen does go down. And now, ooh, Talon popping his own ult on top of Annie's face, but we did lose the mid tower. In the meantime, Rurikhan up top, pushing the top tower, making sure that he's not getting followed by an enemy, as he glimpses at that Caitlyn coming in there, and even Kassadin both coming in for the gang, but no, Rurikhan gets away unscathed. And Rurikhan is now rocking Ginsu's Rage Blade, Dorn's Blade, and Vampiric Scepter, now getting shot by both Caitlyn and Kassadin, but still getting away while still landing a scale shot on Kassadin's face. Caitlyn is going to mop up upstairs, making sure that the tower does not go down, and we are at a stalemate once again. Now 10-5 in team score, 2-0-0 for Rurikhan, and we're at the 17-minute mark. Rurikhan still up top, waiting for that Caitlyn to show up. Caitlyn does not show up, however, he does step on a trap, so Caitlyn is aware completely of where he is. Karthus now completely pushing Shen back from mid, and Rurikhan keeping on going, basically attacking. Oh, almost getting hit by that skill shot. Landing a couple of skill shots on monsters, increasing his attack speed. He now has 5 stacks of Rage Blade, 8 stacks of Rage Blade, 3 stacks of Rising Spell Force, but basically just trading blows, not really engaging all that much. Let's push it forward a little bit, shall we? In the meantime, seems like we do have a gank on mid with Shen plus Kassadin going after our Karthus. And our Karthus just basically bailed out of that situation. Rurikhan now engaging Caitlyn, but Caitlyn seems to be able to get away with her flash. And we now have Shen and Kassadin down middle. And now Nocturne, Malphite, and Talon pushing bot. Once again, Talon not really sure what he was up to, because he seems to be completely out of the action at all times. And Karthus now stepping back, just doing a little bit of harassment to make sure that the lane is not that much pushed. Rurikhan standing there, probably looking at the map, looking for a squishy target to land his Arcane Barrage. Not really happening, therefore trying to climb up middle and clear the minion waves so that we can do another engagement on that tower. In the meantime, Malphite and Talon going up mid, seeing if they can score a gank. Not really happening though, quite unfortunate. Oh, there it is. There is the engagement. Kassadin running away while ignited. Malphite chasing. Karthus staying down mid lane. Talon also in mid lane, and it does look like Malphite does score the hit on Kassadin. Caitlyn now doing her skill shot, hitting just about every single person, but Malphite and Nocturne still going at the tower, taking a couple of swings at it, taking a couple of shots. Rurikhan in the meantime pushing upstairs, making sure that he's getting to the upper tower as fast as possible. Big engagement in the mid lane there. We have basically Rurikhan's team completely in retreat because their HPs are very, very low. Caitlyn still pushing it forward along with Annie and Shen and Tryndamere, all down in mid lane. In the meantime, Rurikhan is pushing down that tower, and it does look like that tower is going down. Only Caitlyn left in mid. Malphite still harassing Caitlyn, making sure she does not get to stay on the lane unchecked for it. The top tower does go down. Very, very nice. And Caitlyn is about to try and take down mid inner tower. Talon popping in there, but again, Talon completely out of the action. Don't really know what's up with that Talon. Annie and Kassadin revealing themselves upstairs as Rurikhan runs downstairs. No point in facing off against Annie and Kassadin at the same time, wouldn't you agree? Time to get that blue buff, which is always very nice on Ezreal because it allows him to spam his skill shots all the way until he gets completely tired or fed up. And there is Karthus now pushing down mid lane once again, as we are now at 12-6 with 2-0-0 for Rurikhan. Shen basically defending that mid tower, and it looks like we are going to be grouping up at mid here. to try and get some offensive going. Rurikhan running up to mid, finding Shen and trying to land a couple of skill shots in his face. What is up, Shen? Now basically trying to push the mid lane because, I mean, top lane is completely pushed. Here comes Tryndamere as well, and there's Karthus. Shen trying to land a taunt, not really landing it though. And looks like we're going to have a little bit of a League of Legends salsa. A couple of skill shots from Karthus as well. Looks like Nocturne is going to be scoring some dragon. And Tryndamere coming from bot. Oh, and Kassadin popping up as well. Rurikhan bails out, trying to reduce the attack speed on that Tryndamere, but useless as he cannot do anything to save Karthus. In the meantime, everyone charging in. Rurikhan does ult to slow them down, and they do back off for a little bit. Talon popping up for no reason and getting his ass completely killed almost. He survived barely. Caitlyn is going to ult. We are both running to intercept that ult, but not fast enough. That is quite unfortunate. Caitlyn pops up. Rurikhan lands a couple of skill shots on her. Not a whole lot happening. And Malphite was in there engaging all alone. Nocturne popping up and cleaning house like a boss. Oh my god, and 2 people get killed. 3 people do survive. No, Caitlyn goes down as well. Kassadin eating all those skill shots, but does run away. And they are now under the protection of the tower. But look at Rurikhan. What he's going to do. He's basically going to spam his Q ability, thus reducing the cooldown on his True Shot Barrage. And now the True Shot Barrage is up. It goes up, and boom! Aced! That's right, Tryndamere. I'm very sorry. You do not get to get away. As Rurikhan screams in fury. Oh yeah! Tryndamere's, whoa! Talons, whoa! That's right. Another off-screen shot. Very, very nice. Too bad that we did not get the other one. Well, actually, no one else was there. So now we are at 4-0-1 with a Shen defending mid as Rurikhan pushes mid. Karthus is going to get that top farm, and Rurikhan's just pushing mid now that he has both blue and red buff, which is quite nice, I have to say. Quite nice indeed. Just pushing the lane a little bit, not a whole lot happening. Trying to get to that middle tower. Let's push it forward a little bit faster, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Getting all that action in here. Come on. Now are we about ready to engage the tower? And there's Malphite, but he does seem to be backing off. They are going to be taking Dragon. And another ulti basically clearing up the minion wave. Just making sure that the minion waves are clear. Tryndamere going to engage down there on mid. And what's up, Tryndamere? You got your ulti? Yeah, you better run away. Too bad there was no ulti. And Shen engaging as well, getting his ass kicked. And Caitlyn coming in for the engagement as well, getting a couple of shots landed on her. And here comes Nocturne, ice skating out of the map. And boom, down goes Shen. Here pops Malphite with his ult and completely obliterates Caitlyn. And Kassadin just came by and he was like, oh, no guys, not really interested. Skill shots are being landed as Kassadin gets completely wrecked. And Rurikhan is now unstoppable. 5-0-3. Thank you very much. And now pushing down the mid tower. Annie going completely out of position. Not really sure what she was thinking there, but basically letting our Malphite completely wreck her face. He redecorated her face. She now looks like Tibbers. Malphite is going to tank down that mid tower as we all shoot it down. And the mid tower, the mid inner tower, does go down. And I do believe this is a good time to speak of it. Not a whole lot happening. A couple of skill shots being traded, but not really a whole lot of point in pushing it right now. So going back to base, getting something bot. In the meantime, bottom lane is pushing as well. And it seems that they are counterattacking in the top lane. Not a whole lot happening. And in mid lane, Karthus popping up, making sure to take some jungle as well. And mid lane was getting pushed, but now is getting pushed back. Looks like top lane is still pushing despite the effort from the enemy team to counter push it. And there goes Kassadin once again pushing back the top lane. And we had a little bit of a scuffle between Nocturne, Karthus, and the enemy team in the bottom tower. And we are now pushing back to mid once again. Not a whole lot happening. Let's see this engagement a little bit. Oh, and Tryndamere coming in from behind. Big lag spike. Tryndamere does get through. Is going to be popping his chickens on someone, but not a whole lot happening from that engagement. And still proceeding, landing a couple of skill shots in there, but not a whole lot happening. Looks like bottom lane was getting pushed as well. In the meantime, everyone converging now to mid once again. Shen and Caitlyn going up there. And it looks like Malphite is setting up for a gank, and Malphite starts engaging Caitlyn. Nocturne does go in, and Caitlyn does go down. Shen also in there, and now the whole team coming in. Just a little bit of a skill shot to improve everyone's attack speed. Now missing the skill shot on Talon, but he does go down on Shen, but he does go down anyways. And Talon now landing the hit on Annie, and everyone goes down. The only one left alive, and there's Tryndamere and Kassadin. And Kassadin is now defending mid lane, while Tryndamere is probably sitting in the base like, oh my god, what am I going to do now? And now going up on bottom tower, here comes Kassadin ready to defend it, but nobody really wants to take crap from Kassadin at this point in the game, so down he goes. 506, 25-10, that is the score, ladies and gentlemen. And down goes the base bottom turret, now going for the inhibitor. Will they land the inhibitor as well? Tryndamere popping up in there, just making his face seen, but not really doing a whole lot. The inhibitor does go down as well. Nocturne going in to harass that Tryndamere. Tryndamere trying to take on Malphite? Why would Tryndamere attack our tank? That is ridiculous. Tryndamere does pop Endless Rage, but he is about to get ignited. He is ignited, and is he going to go down? No, Shen goes down. Tryndamere does survive. That is so unfortunate. Looks like Karthus is going to be leaving, because there is no point in pushing this engagement any further, because at this point in time we do not have enough minions, and we are also low on resources. Talon looking around, checking out, seeing what he wants to do, and looks like mid lane is pushing for the enemy team, and top lane pushing for the enemy team as well. Quite unfortunate. Looks like Talon is going to come up behind mid lane and make sure that our team gets to push instead of the enemy team, which kind of makes sense. Because we do want to push mid lane as well, get rid of all them inhibs now, don't we? Let's push the action forward a little bit here. Oh, Kassadin coming up behind Talon, but just taking a couple pot shots, not really a whole lot to mention. And down comes Malphite as well, getting ready to engage in mid. Oh, and that Kassadin is getting low, he's getting very, very low. And here comes the barrage. Boom! Hitting all three people. Very nice. And there goes Malphite diving in there. Ulting on Anne's face. There goes Annie. And still pursuing to get Shen. Shen does taunt him, but he gets away. Kassadin also harassing Malphite. Malphite's like, I'm not taking any of this. This Shen's going down with me. Down goes Shen. And down goes Malphite. But Malphite does have Guardian Angel. Will he survive? Here comes the ult from Karthus. And yes, he escapes out with a flash. Rurikhan coming up from behind of Tryndamere. What's up, Tryndamere? And now setting him on fire. Will Tryndamere survive? No, he won't. There goes the ace. There goes another ace. Now at 7-0-8, ladies and gentlemen. At 32-11, now the mid tower is going to be going down as Nocturne ports back to base. Karthus now attacking the inhibitor. Rurikhan basically pushing the middle towers already, the Nexus towers, I mean, and taking a couple of pot shots at Annie, making sure that she does not get free reign all over those minions who are tanking the tower for him. Unfortunately, taking a couple of tower hits himself, and the mid inhib does go down as Karthus goes for the top base tower. Rurikhan still taking pot shots, but now going for that top base tower as well. And it looks like this tower is going to be down as well. And Annie coming up. And Rurikhan's taking no crap. Annie pops Tibbers and dies, but Rurikhan did engage too close to the tower. And there's his first death of the match. 7-1-9. In the meantime, it does look that the minions are pushing pretty hard. And the enemy team just completely full on defense. But Malphite and Nocturne popping up. What is up, Caitlyn? Caitlyn is feared by Nocturne, and Malphite chasing into the tower range. Malphite ulting all over Caitlyn's face, and down she goes. Now getting chased out by Tryndamere. That Tryndamere is not nearly as fed as he wished he was, and Tryndamere does go down by Malphite, Talon, and Nocturne taking no prisoners. Kassadin just looking by peacefully as they take out that inhibitor. And now Kassadin getting his face beaten in. I don't know what you were thinking, Kassadin. You should have not left tower range. Annie popping up to harass Malphite, but Malphite is so tanky at this point, it's not even funny. Look at that. Guardian Angel, Phage, Sunfire Cape, it's all about the health. And it looks like those towers are going to be coming down any time right now. Annie is dead. Annie is alive. She is the only alive in her team, and she is harassing as much as she can, but there's only so much an Annie can do. And Nocturne trying to dive her into the well. He does fear her, and she does go down by Karthus' ult. Oh my god. And here comes the final barrage of the game, and the Nexus does go down. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed commentating it. Remember to leave a like on the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.